I'm Bobby C. Today, the Yankee Batboys are in the house. Another special treat here in the studio. Joining us on the show is best-selling author, New York Yankees executive producer, and inspirational speaker Ray Negron, former president of the Bronx Chamber of Commerce, Lenny Caro, and former Yankee Batboy from their most recent dynasty, Squeegee. The Yankee season might be over, but there's an exciting show that Yankee fans won't want to miss this October. Batboy, a Yankee Miracle, is coming to the Bronx. Gentlemen, thank you for coming on with us today.
Thank you for having us.
I would be remiss if I didn't ask you at least one question, though, about the Yankee season. Ray, what do you think happened to the Bombers this year?
You know what? I still work there, so I want to keep my job, so I'm not going to say anything other than the fact that the team is a lot better than what we showed in the playoffs. And you know what? We're a year away. That's all. We're a year away.
Good to know. Good to know. Squeegee, I think the Yankees can't win without you as the Batboy. That's what I'm convinced.
Would like to have a shot back. It was a dynasty run in the 90s. But they're good. I agree with Ray. I think they're a year away. Maybe some starting pitching. And the bullpen was great. And the young core that you got now, I think next year we're gonna hand it to Boston.
Still a great season and 100 games. You know, Boston, of course, 108. Lenny,
Yeah.
you think the Red Sox maybe are for real?
I don't think so. I think our boys will come back and really show them a good game. You know, it really kept the buzz in the Bronx. We had a lot of attendance at Yankee Stadium because they were that close. So I think it's just good for the Bronx in general.
Perfect. You know, guys, I think it's great when you can have a show because then you get to have an awesome business card like this. This is Ray's business card right here. I don't know if you guys can focus in on that, but it has a little cartoon of you.
That's me
when
in
you were
the
Batboy
70s.
Back in another dynasty era for the Bronx Bombers. And the best part, of course, is the upcoming shows in the back. And you're here to tell us today a little bit about those upcoming shows, in particular that one coming up on the 19th at Hostos right here in the Bronx, which, Lenny, you brought here to the Bronx.
Yeah, I was very fortunate to see Ray in the play in Long Island, which again was a sellout. And I saw the emotion because he does tell a great story about Thurman Munson. I think it really hit a lot of hearts. And when we got a chance to speak, I said, you need to bring it to the Bronx where it belongs. So we were able to partner up with Hostos on this Friday, 8 o'clock, and we're practically sold out. So if you're a viewer watching it, get online and try to buy tickets because it's once in a lifetime. And actually, I play a part in it, so I'm excited about it.
Of course. Ray, this is your story, so tell the fans at home why they should come out to watch it.
It's, for me, it's the best show. It's the best off-Broadway show in the business right now. The people love it. If you're a Yankee fan or a baseball fan or a fan of life, you have to come and see this show because when you leave there, you feel like the show is about you. You know, we have gone through every aspect of everything. If you're a Bronx boy, I'm a Bronx boy. I was born here. Lenny, Squeegee. And we have gone through every facet of life, death, you know, every emotion possible. And I wanted to put my story, our story, on the stage and let the people have one night where, in essence, they could laugh and they could cry together. And in essence, if you're a human being, that's the emotions that you're going to have that night.
Squeegee, you have a part in the play as well. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, fortunate and honored that Ray let me play his cousin Edwin. If you read Yankee Miracle, written by Ray Negron, I read it. It's a great book. It's based on a true story, and it's what's going on now and been going on since Ray's era of the violence here in the Bronx. So my vital part in this is I play his cousin. He goes the wrong route, and Ray was with his cousin that day, and Edwin gets caught up in negativity, and Ray, that's how he meets George Steinbrenner, doing graffiti at the Yankee Stadium wall with his cousin Edwin. Edwin, the day that Ray gets the job as a Batboy, his cousin gets killed.
Don't tell him the whole story.
Yeah,
Don't tell him the whole story.
let him be
Don't
surprised.
tell him the whole story. What's wrong with you?
But it's definitely what's going on in the Bronx, and we want to deliver this message. You know, unfortunate what happened to Junior with the gang violence.
Of course.
And there's actually proceeds via Ray Negron, because of this play, going to victims of the families of kids of youth that are victims, fallen victims of gang violence.
And let me clarify that. The reason when Lenny asked me to do this, to bring it here, the main thing was I went to a funeral. Okay, of many that I went to this summer, and one of the mothers said, had I had an extra $100, I could have signed my son up to youth baseball, but I didn't have the money. And he ended up joining a gang, and he ended up getting shot and killed this summer. Okay, $100. So all the proceeds from the show is going to, so that no kid can say, I can't sign because I didn't have the money. I mean, that's a key factor here, because you know about Hank's Yanks and all these different programs. You know, no reason no kid should be left out in the street. Sorry.
Right, you've done a great job of really keeping the message that Steinbrenner had put together all those years of giving back to the Bronx. Speak a little bit about keeping his legacy alive.
It's not about keeping his legacy alive. It's more about keeping a promise that I made to him, because he said to me, "Hey, listen, I've given you an opportunity, and all I want back in return is for you to maintain that. Always give back, always give back." Because he always said to me, when you give, you get. Not necessarily materially, but spiritually. You understand what I'm saying? Because when I used to go to him and I used to say, I want to thank you for saving my life. And he used to say to me, I didn't save your life. When I looked into your eyes, your story was already told. Okay? And that's a big factor. And that's, in essence, a man reaching out to a kid, a white man reaching out to a Latino kid. These are the things that help me with the aspect of not, you know, the whole prejudice thing. He always used to say to me, there's a very fine line between prejudice and jealousy. And the thing that's going to hurt you more is not the prejudice, it's the jealousy. And man, that's the biggest thing that I learned in my whole life.
Yeah, George definitely seemed to set you up in a great career. You got a chance to play minor league baseball, and now all these years as a Yankee executive with that World Series ring on your finger, too.
Proud of it,
So,
proud of it.
So you got dates coming up in Babylon on October 17th. Of course, we mentioned Hostos on the 19th, and then even at the Performing Arts Center at LAU Post on the 23rd.
Well, the key factor is the Bronx, okay? We were all born in the Bronx, and that's I just want, you know, so many great talented people came out of the Bronx, whether you're talking about Sal Mineo or Burt Lancaster, Colin Powell, Henry Kissinger lived in the Bronx. I mean, you know, anything can happen in the aspect of life. You know, you can do whatever you want if you try hard enough. It's a classic line from Lou Gehrig, Pride of the Yankees, you know?
Of course. So now, Lenny, you got a chance to play with Mickey Rivers in this play. What was that like? Former Yankee great
It's
Mickey
remarkable, and I think he still has the touch. He still has that miracle way about him. And it's funny, I'm playing actually the general manager, Gabe Paul, who actually always bickered and had an argument with Mr. Steinbrenner. I particularly wanted a guy named Joe Rooney.
Rudy.
Joe Rudy.
And he wanted Mr. October.
Right,
And so
Jackson.
we battled a little bit about that, and that was one of the things that Gabe Paul, he didn't just take the boss's nonsense, he fought back and forth. So that's what I play in the movie.
But only the boss won at the end, brother.
That's right,
Okay.
he always
right.
won.
Let's go. Let's
Mr.
clear that.
Yeah, that's true. The boss is the boss.
And Squeegee, your life story very similar, I think, to Ray in some ways too, because you get a chance to be a bat boy at a young age and connected with some former Yankee greats like David Cone that kind of helped you get on your way. And now you've been able to also do the same, and that's give back to kids here in the borough by telling your story and also encouraging them to dream big.
Yeah.
You know, for you, what's this experience been like now?
Full circle. I'm honest, and I was not because he's right next to me. I know he's tired of me telling him this. I was inspired by him and George Steinbrenner. As a young kid, I was with the Yankees when I was 15 years old, and till I was 22 years old. So I did 8 seasons with the Yankees, and I saw by helping Derek Jeter and Posada with their foundations, I wanted to create my own non-for-profit, and it's called Squeegee Children's Literacy Foundation, which Derek Jeter gave me the name Squeegee. And I donate book bags to kids, shelter kids, Latin African American. I also do toy drives, Christmas toy drives for kids, 5 years now. And it's like tradition for me. And I get no money out of this. Really, this is about, like Ray said, spiritually feeling good and helping another kid achieve and feel hope so they can go out and achieve their dream. And I couldn't done it without the help of David Cohn, you know, keeping my name alive with the perfect game in 1999. And, you know, the likes of Derek Jeter, Posada, who I'm still in touch with via social media. And Ray Negron right here, my guy, giving me the opportunity to express my new career in acting.
Ray, final thought here. Bottom of the ninth, 2 outs. You got a chance to win the game. Why should people go see Batboy Yankee Miracle?
Because you're going to feel good about life when you leave, period.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. Thank
Catch
you,
the
guys.
show here in the Bronx at Hostos.
And I hope you're there.
I'll be there, of course.
That's right,
I
man.
want to hang out with you guys. That's where all the fun
That'd
is.
be great. Thanks.